Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Reverend, the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning to you. Today, this glorious Sunday, or as we're calling it all throughout the land and all throughout the church, Eclipse Eve. Yes, this is the eve of the biggest event, the biggest nothing event to ever bless this country. And I mean the biggest nothing event, the biggest nothing burger for us to lose our minds over since I can't remember the last time there was a nothing burger this big. Well, good morning, brothers and sisters. And this includes our new family members, whoever you may be and wherever you may be, who may be enjoying us or at least tuning into us if you're not enjoying it. But you'll stick around. It'll rub off on you like a wart. For the first time, welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, PhD, DDS, ADHD, total eclipse of our minds, MCMLIX. Blessed. And now let us begin as we always begin, because what you just heard was not beginning. That was the pre-beginning or the prelude. This is the actual beginning. Let us pray in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah, y'all. Fuck yeah! That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Every day is a fuck yeah day. You're driving down the street, somebody gets in your way, fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about today. Every day is a fuck yeah day. Bless it. Now let us, brothers and sisters, let us pray. Bow your heads. Again, as always, if you're driving, do not bow your head because that's bad etiquette. And do not take don't take your hands off of the wheel, 10 and 2. Unless one hand is holding the phone, then it's whatever your phone is, 10 in Apple or 10 in the iPod or 10 in whatever it is. You can don't bow your head. That would make people think you're sleeping. So just close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel while we pray. Only this time, when we finish praying, remember to open your eyes. It was brought to my attention that last time I had you driving with your eyes closed for 40 minutes. And I apologize. I'm just saying it's common sense. If I ask you to close your eyes when we're praying, that when we're done praying, you should open your eyes, okay? So if you're driving, you don't have to bow your head, but you can just close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel for the next few minutes. I'm sure it'll be okay. Dear Lord, please protect our election workers. They are doing your work, trying to protect our God-given right to vote. Although, when you gave us the Constitution from the top of Mount Vernon, you neglected to make voting a constitutional right. I'm sure it was an oversight on your part. Since you do not make mistakes, it must have been an oversight, which is not the same as a mistake. I'll explain that later, but not today. I'm sure it was oversight that you did not make it a constitutional right, but I'm sure you have given us some simple, easy way to amend that and fix that. Some simple way, maybe like a simple majority, not a bunch of hoops and stuff for us to jump through for you to fix that, okay? But at any rate, next time. The next thing you give us, you'll give it to us better, right? That's what I thought. Okay. The point is, they should not be threatened with violence by people who don't believe in democracy. I repeat, let me say that again. Even though it's a prayer, I'm going to say it again. They should not be threatened with violence by people who don't believe in democracy. That's what I'm talking about. Can I get a can I get a ballot-proof vest? That's what I'm talking about. A ballot-proof vest. Dear Lord, you who made the sun and the moon and the paths that they take, please do not blind the millions of people who are going to stare at the sun during the eclipse just to prove or disprove a point, unless they're trying to unsee their grandparents having sex on the dining room table. Can I get a new centerpiece? Lord have mercy. That is something that that people do not need to see ever again. Especially when she's struggling for air like that. It just makes a 2-year-old child, just gives them the willies and nightmares. Never mind. Dear Lord, maker of all things thingy, please help those who help themselves and can do it without hurting others. Can I get a first aid kit? Still a little. I had to put a heat patch on my knee because it's hurting like you wouldn't believe. That it's just an awkward position, and I hurt my knee. Now I got one of those 16-hour patches on it so that I can stand up straight. And I ain't no fucking joke. That really hurts. Dear Lord, please forgive those who say that they're coming to a show and in 10 years haven't come to one show. Yes, please forgive them because some of us are too fucking petty to do it ourselves. Can I get some better fans? And finally, Lord, bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at MindDog TV. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get your church's last resort gear. MindDogTV.com. All bump and no coffee, because the coffee's all gone, as far as I know. I mean, I don't go through the closet to see what's in the closet. There could be coffee in the closet, and I just don't know about it. I don't know. I'm just taking word that since the coffee's not for sale, there's no coffee. There could be coffee, and it's just not being sold. It's just being hoarded, because the eclipse, the eclipse is coming, and they need a supply of coffee in the event that people just lose their fucking minds and start hoarding coffee at the market. Well, for the Lord. Damn good bumping. Lord. Now, as always, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Lord have mercy. Before I start with the good stuff and the bad back, the bad knee, I want to, I forgot what I wanted to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here's the deal. I want to talk about something that came in the mail at our home, at the Rolle residence. We got our ballots in the mail, our voting ballots in the mail, sort of. Not all of us. You see, because I'm not going to mention any names, but well, let's put it this way. I am a registered independent, okay? I do not have any political affiliation whatsoever. Now, it is it is because I do not believe in having a party system at all. I don't believe in Democrats, Republicans, Greens. Well, they're actually the Greens are good for you. They help with the indigestion. But lately, the Greens have been giving me the runs with this Jill Stein shit. But that's beside the point. That's or the Libertarians. I don't care what the party is. It helps people become dumb, and they stop thinking about choices, and they just start checking off little boxes that have the letter beside the name that fits their letter. No, it's almost like it's almost like they became stupid. I'm not saying that they became stupid, because you might be one of those stupid people, and I don't want to call you stupid if you're voting just because to straight down the box. I don't want to call you dumb. I'm not calling you stupid, but stupid is as stupid votes. That's from the Bible. But so I just, instead of a ballot, I just got a little card in the mail saying, you don't have any choices in this election. You don't get to vote in the primary. There's nothing there for you. Last time, 2 years ago, I got one choice to one thing. It was like a dog catcher. I kid you not. It was like one thing. It wasn't a dog catcher for real. It was probably Board of Education. That was it. It was something nonpartisan. There's nothing on the ballot this time. Now, my wife, Amona, she got her ballot. And she looks at it. She opens it up. And she says, she gets her primary ballot. And the first thing she says to me is, I'm voting straight Democrat. And I'm like, well, it's the primary. Of course you are. So, but I'm sorry. I think that's funny. You'll get that later. Why? I know you will. I know you will. You'll replay it and you'll say, okay, yeah. So, for those of you who do not know my wife, Amona, those of you who do know her, I don't have to tell this to you. And so for the next 15 seconds, oh shit, those of you who are driving, you can open your eyes. I stopped praying. The prayer's over. Okay. For those of you who are still driving and have not impacted with something, okay, open your eyes and stop voting party and stop party affiliation. Open your eyes. So if you know my wife, Amona, she is the most liberal person I've ever known in my life. Her party affiliation is, if you know who Tom Hartman is, you make a left at Tom Hartman and you hit Rachel Maddow. You make a left at Rachel Maddow and you hit my wife. But I'm going to tell you now, you hit my wife, we're going to have some words, because though I'm a peaceful man, I'm pretty sure my wife would say something like, you going to let him hit me and you're not going to do nothing about that? And then I'd have to. See, I don't want to. Then I have to, because I'm supposed to be like a Jesus-loving man, or not necessarily Jesus-loving, a peaceful man where I can turn the other cheek. But you cannot turn the other cheek when the other cheek belongs to the person who will just make your cheeks miserable for the rest of your life if you don't do something. So please do not hit my wife. Just observe her and how far left she is. That's what I'm saying. So if you see a Mona, just observe, do not hit. Otherwise, like what I just said. So that's where she is politically. And so she's looking at the Democratic ballot and she goes, who the fuck is Dean? I can't remember his last name now. Dean Smith, or Dean, some Dean. And then Dean Phillip, I think, or Philip Dean. Dean Phillip, I think his name might be. If I'm wrong, forgive me, because I'm pretty sure nobody else out there knows who he is either, but he's still on the ballot. And my wife goes, who the fuck is Dean Phillip? I said, don't worry about it. He's not in Greece anymore. And then she goes, and that crazy bitch is still on there? Now, I don't even have to say her name. As soon as I say crazy bitch, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, Williams. Yeah, see? I didn't have to say her name. As soon as I said, my wife said the crazy bitch, you knew what I was talking about. And that's what her name should be on the ballot, the crazy bitch. But apparently, you can't use the names that people call you you only can use the name that's on like a legal name, and crazy bitch is not one of them. Okay, so so we were over her, and she's making her little choices, who she's voting for, and our Senate race and the congressional race, because our actual congressman has retired and it's an open seat now, and so I think everybody is going running for it, and I should have run for it. I really should have run for it, but I was too busy campaigning for another friend of mine. I was like going whole hog, being ready to mobilize if I had to. That's why I didn't run myself, and that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not saying it's true. That's my story. Not all stories are true. You don't believe me? Pick up the good book. Not all stories are true, but their stories just the same. And some people believe in those stories. I believe in mine. And I hope you do too. Otherwise, you're calling me a liar. And that's not a good thing to call somebody on Eclipse Eve. Lord have mercy. At any rate, I just want to mention that because it's because I had a minute to kill. Now, I also want to take the moment to congratulate the Seton Hall Pirates for winning the men's NIT. And I'm not sure what NIT stands for. It might be like not intentionally televised, like they didn't mean to put it on TV. But fuck, it's what the hell? It's a sport. See, a lot of people have been spending so much attention to the NCAA that they forgot to think about the NIT, and those kids need love too, all right? And somebody's saying, what is the NIT? Now, the hardcore, I mean super hardcore sports people know that the NIT are 3 letters. They may not actually follow the sport, but they know that they're letters, the hardcore ones. And some of them have even paid attention enough, just enough, so that when people mention NIT, they can go, oh yeah, Seton Hall Pirates, they won. So, and I'm one of those people. I'm not even hardcore. I just want those kids out there to know that we're watching you and we care about your achievement. And all of the 64 teams that were in the NIT, we see you. And all of the 320 some thousand teams in college basketball or college sports that did not make the tournament, we see you also. And may your revenues be divided evenly among all the teams. Sorry. Now, so I just wanted to mention that. I'm not going to mention NCAA because almost everybody's watching it, except for the women that are sneaking out of the house right now to get away from their husbands or boyfriends, significant others, while their tournament's going on. And some of them have been gone for 2 weeks, and some of them are just getting out now. They like to wait to the Final Four, whatever. As long as they get out of those bad things, God bless you. Now, I'm sorry, Jack. Sorry. This, damn. Somebody wash this cup out. I think that's molded. That's 4-month-old coffee. Damn. Shit. Sorry. Fuck. Empty. All out of bump. I'm sorry. I got a nasty taste in my mouth. So you just forgive me just for a second. I did not know nobody washed my cup for a bit. Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah. There's like I want to bring this up real quick before I bring up the sermon. Yeah, before I talk about the sermon real quick, I just need to, I want to address the eclipse tomorrow. Now, I wasn't supposed to talk about that till a little bit later, but I want to talk about it now because there's a lot of crazy fucking people out there right now who, for some reason, think this eclipse is so much more different than all of the other eclipses that we've had throughout history. Now, I don't know why they think that. It's the same scientific event. Let me get this right. Oh, sorry, wrong one. That's for air and need a little low. Okay. I just want to show you how this works. All right. Yeah. And this is not something that we rehearsed. So we do not know if this is going to work. But if it does work, it'll be a miracle. But here we go. See, the sun, and let's call this the sun because it's a bright, shiny white object, as opposed to, let's say, an albino or somebody who somebody who has very, very, very fair skin. All right. We're going to call this the sun. Okay. And it's really, really bright. Okay. And it doesn't, technically, the sun does move. It's just that we all move together, so it doesn't look like it moves. Now we go around it like this. See, all of us in this solar system go around it like this. All right. Now, one of the things I need to hold this. So here we go. There's the sun, and we got the sun and the moon. Okay, and I shouldn't do this, but this is the Earth. Okay, now the Earth is not as black as this right now, but give it a few more years of pollution, and it will be. It's supposed to be the big blue marble, but like I said, we didn't rehearse this, so I didn't have any big blue marbles, and thanks to date night, I don't have any big blue marbles. So I just got this right here. All right. And this, we're going to call this the Earth. And this goes around the sun like this. Da 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 da. Earthquakes, that's where they come from. That's where the earthquakes come from. Ask the people in New York and Taiwan and the other, that's da 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 shake. Da 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 shake. Okay. Now you got the Earth, and then you got the moon, and the moon goes around the Earth like this. Okay, so now you got now occasionally the pattern winds up where the sun, so this is the sun, and this is the Earth, and this is the moon, and the moon blocks some of the sun, and it puts the Earth in its shadow. See, like that, just like that. And look at how beautiful that is. See, and that is all an eclipse is. Okay, that's it. It's just three heavenly bodies, and somebody says, "What? You said Jennifer Lopez and going to get me in trouble with naming two other heavenly bodies. So I would say Jennifer Lopez, Jessica Alba, and my wife. Three heavenly bodies are just moving around each other. And what a dream that is. That's beside the point. You're missing the point. That gets hot. Don't touch it. That's all it is what I'm saying. It's no more mysterious up there than it is down here. We have a saying in theosophy, as above, so below, and as below, so above. Now, I could explain it to you, but I have to cut off your fingers. Wait a minute. Nope, no. That's if I explain the difference between, never mind. I got to cut something off. the thing is, the important part is, it's not a mystery, you know. I mean, there was a time, long time ago, when the ancient peoples thought whenever there was an eclipse, something out of this world was happening. There were some cultures that believed the dragon was eating the sun, and then instead of shitting it out, just like, whoa, that's hot, and spits it back out, you know. And all kinds of different crazy beliefs about what it was. We are supposed to be smarter than that, okay? So I don't know what the fuck is going on with people who think there's like a rapture coming tomorrow, okay? First of all, that event is supposed to be like secret, like nobody knows where it's coming. So that would be like a really awful secret if everybody knows it's coming on the day of the eclipse. That's terrible. And you're saying that God can't keep a secret. I'm saying he can't keep a secret, but that's not even one of the secrets that God would be even trying to keep. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, he said it's unknown. And that's the reason why I say it's a secret, because if it's unknown, you can't be telling everybody. Let me put this down. All right. You're saying, what is it? I'm going to tell you a little story behind this, but not today. So, you heard all that? I'm looking for something. I'm looking. Hello, I got feeling. It's right here. There we go. So, what does the good book? No, forget what I say about the rapture, because I'm not the authority on the rapture. But the good book is, okay? What does the good book have to say about the rapture? Don't you worry about the rapture. You're not going any damn way. You sinful little bastard. Thank you. Thank you, good book. That's it. Don't you worry about it. You ain't going anyway. There you go. Hate to break it to you like that, but somebody had to tell you, stupid ass. Don't sell your shit. Don't give your shit away. At the end of tomorrow, the sun will be out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. Now, before I get into the proper sermon today, which is about loving thy enemy, I want I want you to pay attention to this commercial that's coming up right now. Brothers and sisters, this is the disembodied voice of the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, PhD, DDS, MTM, LIX, EIEIO. You may know me from the comedy special The Disillusionist on the YouTubes and Spark TV, or you may have seen me from the waist up on the Church of Last Resort, streaming live on MindDog TV on Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Eastern. Now, here's your chance to see the rest of me and sleep in late. Come see Blessings and Blasphemy, an interactive comedy experience featuring me, the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, at the pulpit and you in the pews. Let me say that again. Featuring me, the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle at the pulpit and you in the pews. Hear hilarious sermons, receive thy blessings, confess thy sins, and play games to win forgiveness. Your sins could win you a prize at the end of the night. It's not about faith, it's about fun. Let me say that again. It's not about faith, it's about fun. Tickets for this May 16th comedy show are $10 online at churchofsatirecomedyclub.com and $15 at the door. The door and the rest of the club is located at 106 Broadway, Hanover, Pennsylvania. Seating is general admission, and this show is for people 18 and over. If you want to bring your minor children, don't. If you insist, then their tickets are $500 for ages 6 to 17 and $1,000 for people under 6 years of age. In case you haven't figured it out, I don't want your kids or any trouble with the police. Doors open at 7 p.m. DST.
Show begins at 7:30 p.m. CPT. Now, to paraphrase REM, you don't have to lose your religion, but you may want to leave it at the door. And now for a disclaimer. Games are consensual and non-binding unless requested. All other Church of Satire rules apply. And in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I encourage everyone to go to the website. Just go to shit. You know something? I don't know what the website is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that if you go to my Facebook page, Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, on Facebook, there's like a link to you find that commercial, and right above that commercial, there's like a little link thing, or better yet, you know something? Go to the website sogdfunny.com. Go to there, and there's like a picture right on the website, right there in the very, very front. You click on that picture, and that picture will take you where you can get tickets. Okay, and I encourage everyone to get tickets. If you're an adult, if you're a child, don't get the tickets. That's why the prices are that high for children. I think it's like $500 for children 6 to 17, and like $1,000 for children under 6. I mean, we really do not want any children there. But if you insist on coming and paying that much money, who the fuck am I to turn you away? Damn, $1,000. That's like $1,000. Shit. Well, I'll take that. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. So so if you go to the website sogdfunny.com and click on the picture of that banner, get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. I've mentioned that. Get your tickets. So today, I want to discuss loving thy neighbor. I'm sorry, thy enemy. Already love thy neighbor, got in trouble for it. So, love thy enemy. Now, you're probably saying, what happened to make you think of loving thy enemy? And I'm just going to give you a little backstory. Yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I say a friend, I mean an acquaintance. And I mean acquaintance, I mean somebody I talked to on, I've had like, I don't know, almost 100 Zoom encounters with. We used to be friends with another group that we used to do some stuff. We used to hang out together on a regular basis. I think they call it podcasting now, but this was years ago, like 4 years ago. And we were like a very, very diverse group of people. And matter of fact, most of us would never, ever get along outside of that show. And we barely got along during the podcast, but we were civil about it. And we could have our discussions, and we could have our beliefs and our disagreements. And at the end of the night, we parted ways civilly. And so the friend I was talking to, I don't want to say his name because I didn't ask him permission to discuss this. So let's call him Hershey Nugget. Okay, we'll call him Hershey Nugget. But yeah, call him Dark Chocolate for short. But so Dark Chocolate was praising the fact that we all were so diverse and we all got along. And he said, and at the end of the night, we all just loved each other. I don't know where he got that from, but apparently he felt so good about it that he felt like we all loved each other. we were all civil to each other. But maybe that's what counts as love in his relationships, being civil. I have a higher, never mind. So that's what inspired it, a conversation that I'd had with a friend of mine. Now, of course, some people are familiar with the phrase love thy enemy because it's in the book of Matthew. Wait a minute, Matthew. Let me see. There's like 50 Matthews. There's like 50 Matthews when you Google them. And I'm not sure which Matthew it is. But this Matthew is probably mentioned in the Bible. So Matthew, I think chapter 5, verse, yes, that's it. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, yes. It says, love thy neighbor. Now, it's according to the Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, and I say Collegiate Dictionary because my unabridged dictionary, and I have a physical unabridged dictionary, but it's in my library. Okay, the Collegiate Dictionary is one that's on the phone here, and it's just convenient. You know, it doesn't give you every definition. It gives you like a brief synopsis. Okay, and so for example, under enemy, if you look up enemy, it says one that is antagonistic to another. All right. And so in that regard, some of you already love your enemy. Okay. Like I love caramels. Okay. I love caramels. But you talk about antagonistic. Oh, Lord have mercy. I eat one caramel. My blood sugar goes all the way the fuck up here. And I get it's just crazy. But it's antagonistic, but I love caramel. All right, I love apple pie. Again, antagonistic to my system, but I love it. So those enemies I already love, and you may have enemies like that in your life that you already love. You know, some of you it's spicy food. You know what I'm saying? Some of you it's alcohol. Some of you is drugs. Antagonistic to your system, but you love it. But those are not the same kind of enemies I'm talking about. All right. And I'm talking about an antagonistic relationship, kind of like Popeye and Bluto. All right. How they were antagonistic to each other over a woman. Olive oil. Okay. Now, of course, they fought over her on the land. So they were land enemies. If they were fighting over a fish, that would make them sea enemies, right? Sea anemones. Yes. Now, and I'm not talking, I don't want to get you mixed up. For some of you are thinking a sea anemone, that's the anthozoan polyp that resembles a flower. And many of you would be right. Most of you would be right, because that means you would have Googled the same thing I did, came up with the same conclusion. And if you're agreeing with me, that means we're both in agreement. And we're not antagonistic to each other. So we may not be enemies, even though we don't know each other. You know something? With jokes like these, who needs enemies? That's what I'm saying. At any rate, the point is loving thy enemy. Now, who is thy enemy? We already said, according to the dictionary, it's someone who's antagonistic towards you. But one of the things that people don't realize, okay, is that sometimes an enemy can be someone or something that appears very, very good to you. All right. Like I said, caramels. I'm going to keep coming back to caramels and apple pie. As a matter of fact, you put the caramel on the apple pie, and I'm sitting on the toilet for a week. Okay. And trying to take all kinds of shit from my blood sugar, to try to get it back down to where my doctor won't slap a patch on me, or something, insulin, or they just give me some needles and shit. She's already threatening, she's already threatening. But, so like I said, some of your enemies, you already know and love. But, it's the most antagonistic thing right now? The most antagonistic thing. And let us reach in my pocket and get this. Okay, let's bring down the breakdown board. All right. I don't even know if I'm gonna need a breakdown board. Like, for example, let's say that you are a person who identifies himself as non-male, non-female, non-binary, LGBT shit. I have to write it down. LGBTQI and question mark. But anyway, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't care about how people identify. People are people in my mind. Okay. And as long as I just want you all to be treated equally, which is why I don't pay attention to the letters. And if you're offended by that, so be it. I'm not changing that. But the point is, if you may have that may be your life, okay, how you identify. And there are corporations, let's say, I'm not going to mention Chick-fil-A by name because they could be a sponsor. Who the fuck am I kidding? I only have one sponsor. That's the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle right now. If you want to be a sponsor, you're welcome to come on and be one. I don't know how you do it. You just send me money and I'll sponsor you. Like a small child in Africa. The child sends me money. The child from Africa sends us money and we sponsor them. Yes, and then they get food, right? Right, that's how that works. That's how a child from Africa gets sponsorship. They pay money and then we feed them. Okay, got it. But let's say like Chick-fil-A, their beliefs are they are antagonistic. Okay, their boardrooms are full of people who don't think you should have those rights. And so a lot of times there are people out there who still go to Chick-fil-A and they go, I love Chick-fil-A. I love their sandwiches. I love their lemonade. I love their waffle fries. I love the fact that they don't put hormones and antibiotics in their chicken. Their chicken is hormone free. At least it used to be. Now they say they have to like loosen that up a little bit. See, here's the beautiful thing about that. Chick-fil-A is supposed to be like a Christian thing, and it was like their Christian belief that this is how business should be done. Okay, and they wanted just a healthy chicken, and so no antibiotics, no hormones, just good, wholesome chicken, because that was part of their belief system. All right. Now they say, well, we can't get enough chickens, so we can't get enough chickens without the hormones. So we're going to get you some chickens will have hormones. Some chickens. Now, do you know which ones when you're buying a sandwich? Can you walk in there and say, Chick-fil-A, I believe that I should never have to eat a chicken sandwich with a hormone in it. And you'll say, so I know that some of your chicken still does not have hormones and some of your chicken now does have hormones. Could I get a hormone-free chicken sandwich? And then the person behind the counter is going to go like this. Oh, sure, we have them separated back here, just like this. Here, over here, we got the hormone chicken sandwiches, and over here we have the no hormone, no hormone chicken sandwich. And they're not the same price anymore because the no hormone chicken sandwich is now $1 more than the hormone chicken sandwich because that's just the way it is now. We don't have, they're just cheaper to raise. So you don't know. Of course you can't do that. See, that's my point. I was fucking with you in case you didn't know. They're not going to tell you which sandwich doesn't have hormones and which ones do. As a matter of fact, they're probably just going to mix all the meat together so that even they don't know. So that all of I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, they're not telling you. Okay, they're not telling you how they're doing their chicken sandwich. I don't know because I don't eat there because their belief system is antiquity. It goes against what I believe, So I don't give them my money. I give my money to people and places and things that are closer to what I believe, or at least don't go bump right up against it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I can't keep track of everybody's business. Otherwise, I'm going to be making my own sandwiches but that means I still got to buy somebody's meat. You know what I'm saying? I don't have meat in my yard. I don't have meat growing in my yard. I got flowers growing in my yard, and eventually I'll have fruit growing in my yard. Have mulberries and cherries and blackberries. I didn't plant any of that shit. That was just like there when I got here. I'm trying to plant pawpaw trees, but I can't get them to grow. But that's because the saplings I get just keep dying out. I need a bigger plant, I guess. But that's beside the point. But if you have any pawpaw trees you want to send me, just send them. Just send your pawpaw trees to the Church of Last Resort, P.O. Box in Westminster, Maryland, and I'll gladly mention you in the next time I have an opportunity to mention you. So send me your pawpaw trees, and I'll gladly plant them in the yard. But that's the point. The point is, I don't have any meat in the yard, unless you count all the deer that are coming around and ate my pawpaw saplings and all my saplings. Unless you count those deer, and I'm talking about maybe 40 or 50 deer in total. Because I got like different herds. Is that what they're called, herds? It's kind of quick. It's kind of funny. They're called herds, but I don't hear them. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the night, they're like, my cat goes fucking crazy, and I look, and there's like 30 or 20 deer in my yard, or 17 deer, or 3 deer. Like last night, there was 3 deer invading my that thing I have in my yard. You saw it. You saw it. Bird feeder. Thank you. 3 deer. I didn't hear them coming. My motion light came on, but even my motion light didn't hear them. It saw them. That's just it. You don't hear the deer. You just see them. But when there's a bunch of them, you say herd, and you don't hear them. That's what I'm talking about. It's just amazing why we call them herds. We should call a bunch of deer unherds, okay? Because you don't hear them. So I'm just saying, not everything is as it seems. That's the point. But aside from that, that's the only meat in my yard. And I don't get to eat that meat because guess what? I can't digest it. I can't digest it. There's something in the proteins and the meat and the complicated proteins in my body, don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with it. Now, getting back to loving thy neighbor. All right. The point is that most of us, I'm not neighbor, enemy. No, don't not love your neighbor. Still love your neighbor, but that's for a different talk. We're talking about loving thy enemy. Okay. Most of us, the things that are antagonistic to us are corporate things, okay? Some of them are political things, all right? For example, if you believe that you should have the right as a woman to choose whether or not you want to have a child for whatever reason, some places you can do that. Some places are antagonistic to that belief. Now, I'm not here to talk about any particular candidates or anything like that. That's up to you to get off your ass and vote and represent yourself before you lose your right to vote and represent yourself. Get off your ass. Okay, just get up, off your ass. Okay. But for many people, that is what their enemy is. Okay. So yes, love your politicians, but vote them the fuck out. You can love them as people and vote them the fuck out. You can love them as people and disagree with them. All right. Corporations, you can love, okay. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's like a toilet paper that is so fucking soft. I mean, it is so fucking soft. It's almost like angels are rubbing on your ass. That's soft. I'm not going to mention the name of the product, but it's like, that's how soft it is. It's like angels rubbing your ass. I think that's the product I'm thinking of. But you can look it up. But they're like a Koch brothers product, but Koch brothers don't put their name on it. So it may not be the ones that's that soft. But their product is like their paper towel thing is brawny. I'm almost positive of that. And the point is, you may love something that's soft on your butt and not realize the people that make it that soft are the same people that will put something twice as hard in your butt and fuck you over.
Oh, no!
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when I say love thy neighbor. No, see, I'm sorry. Love thy enemy. I got to stop thinking about loving my neighbor. Ever since I saw those pictures, that's beside the point. To delete them from my phone before my wife sees them, though. The loving thy neighbor. No, damn it. I even got it written down here many times. Love thy enemy. And then it says right here, don't say love thy neighbor. And I got it written there like 3 or 4 times. Don't say love thy neighbor. And I guess that's how that happens. You know, you ever like stub your toe, and you're walking around with a stub toe, and the minute people say, well, be careful, don't stub your toe, that's the first thing you do is stub your toe. And you know what they need to say is, be careful, don't win the Powerball. And that'd be the first thing I do is win the Powerball. Nobody ever tells me not to win the Powerball. They all say good luck. Okay. And I think the next time I'm in the store trying to win the Powerball, somebody should say to me, don't you win that Powerball. And then it'll be like stubbing my toe. And then the next thing I know, I'm winning the Powerball. We're going to try that experiment next week because, God damn it, I didn't get the money this week. And believe me, I prayed hard. Actually, as soon as the Powerball gets over $30, I start praying hard because I could use the $30. But this time it was like way more than $30, and I'm like, I really would like to win that. Like, it was like $1.5 billion. You know, do you know how many NDAs I could get for $1.5 billion? Ooh, Lord have mercy. Not that I need them. I'm just saying, do you know how many I could get as a hypothetical? Okay, a hypothetical. So, back to loving thy enemy. My biggest point, and the main reason why you need to love thy enemy, It's not just because it could be somebody who's trying to rob you or somebody's trying to hurt you out there. Somebody's trying to steal your money with under false pretexts, like let's say a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Not that kind. But sometimes loving thy enemy means loving thyself. Because quite often we are our own worst enemy. Where the fuck that come from? I didn't even know my fingers were going to do that. But that's right. Let me say that again. Sometimes loving thy enemy means loving thyself, because often we are our own worst enemy. Ain't that? Think about that. Are you your own worst enemy? Can you not get the fuck out of your own way? Do you have like big dreams and big hopes and big wants and big desires and big butts, and I cannot lie? Do you have those big things? But you at least in your head, you got them there, and you can, but you want those things in your head, but you keep doing little things in your life that stop you from having those things because you're your own worst enemy. That's when you gotta love thy enemy, love thyself. Okay, bring everybody into the fold. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bring everybody in together. All right. So next time somebody says to you, love thy enemy, think love thyself, because you sometimes are your own worst enemy. And sometimes the reason why you're your own worst enemy is because you aren't loving yourself. Okay. And I can't love everybody for you. I do love you, but I can't like you. Yeah. No, not you. You. But you're a pain in the ass. And you make it really hard to love you. Yeah. Yes, you. You make it really hard to love you. You're a pain in the ass. Sometimes you got to help people love you. You know what I'm saying? But that starts with you loving yourself. Recognize that you're a pain in the ass. Accept the fact that you're a pain in the ass. And stop being a pain in the ass. That's what I'm talking. Yes. Stop it. You know, you can be like a uninvited sex toy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't have a sex toy as a sponsor. And I don't even have a sex toy. This is the closest thing I got to a sex toy. And look at that. It's got a little red button on it. Everything. And it says right here, forced emoting. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You won. You won this toy. But brothers and sisters, I hope that if you take away nothing else from today, you take away the fact that one, the eclipse tomorrow is just a fucking eclipse. And there'll be another one in 2045 or 2035. It doesn't matter. There'll be another eclipse. And hopefully by then, because why didn't y'all lose your fucking minds over the last eclipse? I didn't see all y'all going this fucking crazy. Why is this one so special? It's not special. It's just another fucking eclipse. I just made an eclipse right here in my little science lab. You didn't see anybody getting raptured there. Nope, I didn't. Nope. So if you take away nothing else, ignore the fucking hype about the eclipse. Enjoy it because it's a beautiful spectacle of nature, but it's just a spectacle of nature. Okay? Enjoy it. And love thy neighbor, and thy enemy, and thyself. So, as I close, thank everyone for joining us. Thank you for sticking around and loving us and enjoying us and talking with us, listening to us. And please write us, Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, gmail.com. And I want to thank you. Thank you. And if you like us, please subscribe to our little fledgling YouTube channel. And on behalf of the Church of the Last Resort and the entire Rolle family, my wife, Amona, who just got her primary ballot in the mail. My kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr. Our cat, Tootsie. Our dog, Stop Dropping. I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on the Mind Dog TVs and everywhere that our word is heard. Lord have mercy. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah?